I'm Sophia, and I'm so happy you decided to spend a little time with us today.
And I'm Jake. Whether you're relaxing at home, traveling to work, studying at your desk, or taking a peaceful walk outside, thank you for listening.
We hope this conversation helps you improve your English while also giving you something meaningful to think about.
Today we are talking about something that almost everyone struggles with at some point in life.
We are going to talk about focus. More specifically, we are going to talk about how to focus like a genius.
That sounds like a very big promise.
It does, but don't worry. We are not saying you need to become a genius overnight.
Not at all. We simply want to explore the habits and ways of thinking that help people concentrate better and use their attention wisely.
And as always, we will use clear and natural English that is perfect for B1 to C1 learners.
Some words may be new, but don't feel stressed if you don't understand everything.
Just keep listening, enjoy the conversation, and let your brain slowly become familiar with the language.
Before we begin, we have a simple question for you.
While you listen today, think about this. What is the biggest distraction in your daily life?
Maybe it is your phone.
Maybe it is social media.
Maybe it is noise around you.
Or maybe the distraction comes from your own thoughts.
That is actually more common than many people realize.
Sometimes our mind jumps from one idea to another without giving us a chance to stay calm.
We start one task, then suddenly remember another task, then another, and before we know it, an hour has disappeared.
Have you ever opened your phone just to check the time, but then 20 minutes later you were watching videos that had nothing to do with your original plan?
Oh, yes. I think almost everyone has experienced that.
It feels almost magical in the worst possible way.
One moment you're checking a message, and the next moment you're watching someone build a tiny wooden house for squirrels.
Why is that always so interesting?
I have no idea, but suddenly you become an expert on squirrel architecture.
The funny thing is that our attention is one of the most valuable things we have.
Many people believe that money is their most valuable resource.
Money is important, of course.
But your attention decides how you spend your time, and your time slowly becomes your life.
That is why learning to focus is about much more than studying or working. It also affects your relationships, your health, your confidence, and even your happiness.
Let's imagine two people.
They both have the same talent, the same education, and the same opportunities.
One person works with full attention for 1 hour every day.
The other works for 3 hours but is constantly interrupted by messages, notifications, and random thoughts.
At first, they may look similar.
But after several months, their results will probably be very different.
Not because one person is smarter,
but because one person protected their attention. That word, protected, is very important.
We usually protect valuable things.
We lock our doors.
We save our money.
We take care of our health.
But many people do not protect their attention.
They allow everything to enter their mind at any moment.
Every notification feels urgent.
Every message feels important.
Every interesting video feels impossible to ignore.
But if everything is important, then nothing is truly important.
I like that idea because it reminds us that focus is really about making choices.
Exactly. Every time you say yes to one thing, you are also saying no to something else.
If you spend 30 minutes scrolling through social media, those same 30 minutes cannot be spent reading, learning, exercising, or talking to someone you love.
Time always asks us to choose.
Sophia, can I ask you something?
Of course.
When do you personally feel the most focused?
That's a great question. For me, it is usually early in the morning.
Really?
Yes, my mind feels quieter before the day becomes busy.
Do you immediately start working?
Not immediately. I like to sit quietly for a few minutes, drink some water, and think about the most important task of the day.
So you don't begin by checking every message?
No, I discovered that if I start with messages, my mind starts following everyone else's priorities instead of my own.
That is a very interesting way to describe it. What about you?
I'm almost the opposite.
Really?
Yes, my best ideas often come later in the evening.
So you are more of a night person?
I think so. The world becomes quieter, fewer people are sending messages, and I can finally hear my own thoughts.
That makes sense. But I also noticed something.
What is it?
Focus doesn't suddenly appear by itself.
That's true.
Sometimes people wait until they feel motivated enough to concentrate.
But motivation is not always reliable.
Exactly. Some days, motivation arrives early.
Other days, it seems to be on vacation.
So instead of waiting for motivation, I try to build a simple routine.
What does that routine look like?
I clear my desk, close unnecessary websites, silence my phone, and decide exactly what I want to finish.
That sounds surprisingly simple.
It is simple.
And maybe that is the point.
I think many people believe that focus requires complicated techniques.
When in reality, it often begins with removing small distractions.
Exactly. Sometimes becoming more focused is less about adding something new and more about taking unnecessary things away.
That reminds me of cleaning a window.
How so?
The beautiful view is already outside.
But if the glass is dirty, you cannot enjoy it clearly.
Focus is similar. Often the ability is already inside us.
We simply need to remove the things that make our mind cloudy.
And when we do that, thinking becomes calmer, clearer, and much more enjoyable.
That calm feeling is something many people are searching for without even realizing it.
I think many people imagine that highly focused people never get distracted, but that is probably not true.
I agree. Even the most productive people lose their concentration sometimes. The difference is that they notice it sooner and gently bring their attention back.
That is an important idea. Focus is not about being perfect, it is about returning to what matters.
Imagine you were riding a bicycle.
You do not expect perfect balance on your first day.
Exactly. You move a little to one side, then to the other, and slowly you learn how to stay balanced.
Attention works in a similar way.
Your mind will naturally wander.
It might think about yesterday,
Or tomorrow.
or what you want to eat for dinner.
That happens to me more often than I would like to admit.
Me too. Sometimes I'm reading a book and suddenly I realize I've read 3 pages without remembering a single sentence.
I know that feeling. Your eyes are reading, but your brain has already gone on a different adventure.
The good news is that this happens to almost everyone.
Which means we should not become frustrated every time it happens.
Instead, we can simply notice it and continue.
One habit that has helped me is working on only one important task at a time.
That sounds obvious, but many people try to do several things at once.
They answer emails while watching a video, listening to music with lyrics, and talking to someone.
Then they wonder why everything feels difficult.
Our brain is amazing, but it still has limits.
It likes clear instructions.
Not constant confusion.
There's a popular word that many people use today.
You mean multitasking?
Exactly.
Some people feel proud when they say they are excellent at multitasking.
But in many situations, multitasking simply means switching your attention very quickly.
Every switch costs a little bit of energy.
It may only take a few seconds to return to your original task.
But those seconds slowly become minutes.
And those minutes become hours over an entire week.
That is why deep focus often feels refreshing.
You stop jumping from one thing to another.
Your mind finally has enough quiet time to think clearly.
Jake, have you ever experienced that wonderful feeling when you become completely absorbed in an activity?
Yes, and I think many listeners have experienced it too.
What does it feel like for you?
Time almost disappears.
Really?
Yes, I might think I have worked for 20 minutes, but when I look at the clock, 2 hours have passed.
That is an amazing feeling.
It doesn't happen every day, but when it does, the work feels almost effortless.
I have noticed something similar when I'm writing.
Tell us about it.
Sometimes every sentence comes naturally.
Like a conversation that's flowing by itself.
Exactly. I stop worrying about every little detail and simply continue moving forward.
I think many artists, musicians, programmers, writers, and athletes experience moments like that.
They become fully present.
And that word, present, is very important.
Being present means giving your attention to what is happening right now,
Not living inside yesterday's mistakes.
not worrying constantly about tomorrow's problems.
Just being here.
Of course, that is easier to say than to do.
Very true.
Our minds love traveling through time.
Sometimes they travel so much that they forget where the body actually is.
So, how can we become more present?
One simple method is to begin every study or work session with a clear intention.
Instead of saying, I will work for a while,
You can say, for the next 30 minutes, I will finish this one task.
suddenly your goal becomes much clearer.
Your brain no longer has to guess what is important.
Another helpful habit is taking short breaks before your energy disappears completely.
That surprised me when I first learned about it,
Why?
because I used to believe that working longer without stopping was always better.
And what happened?
Eventually, I became tired, my mistakes increased, and I needed even more time to finish simple tasks.
So, resting actually improved your productivity.
Exactly.
That reminds us that our brain is not a machine,
It needs moments of recovery.
just like our muscles after exercise.
If you never rest your muscles, they become exhausted.
The same thing happens with your attention.
Even a short walk, a glass of water, or looking outside for a few minutes can help.
I especially enjoy looking at trees.
Really?
Yes, something about nature helps my mind slow down.
I completely understand that.
Maybe that is why so many people enjoy parks, mountains, forests, or the ocean.
Nature does not constantly demand our attention. It quietly invites us to notice it.
There's another mistake that many people make.
Which one?
They expect every day to feel equally productive.
But that's unrealistic.
Some mornings you feel energetic. Other mornings, your brain feels like it is still sleeping.
Exactly.
Instead of becoming discouraged, we can adjust our expectations.
Maybe today is not the day for your biggest challenge.
But it can still be a good day for making steady progress.
I like the phrase steady progress.
Me too, because it reminds us that consistency often matters more than intensity.
Doing something useful every day usually creates better results than working extremely hard only once in a while.
That idea also helps reduce pressure.
Yes, because you no longer feel that every single day must be extraordinary.
It simply needs to move you one step forward.
Even a small step is still movement.
Another thing that improves focus is knowing when to say no.
That can be difficult.
Very difficult.
Sometimes we accept too many responsibilities because we don't want to disappoint people.
But every new commitment requires time and attention.
Eventually, our schedule becomes so full that we cannot give our best effort to anything.
Saying no respectfully is sometimes another way of saying yes to your most important goals.
And protecting your attention is one of the kindest things you can do for your future self.
We have talked about distractions, routines, and protecting our attention, but there is one more important part of focus that we should discuss.
Yes, and that is patience.
Many people want to become highly focused after reading one book or watching one video.
But just like learning a language or building strength, focus improves little by little.
Every time you choose to return your attention to an important task, you are training your brain.
You may not notice a big difference today or tomorrow.
But after weeks and months, those small moments create a powerful habit.
I think that is encouraging because it means anyone can improve.
Exactly. You do not need to be born with perfect concentration.
You simply need to practice it consistently.
Jake, do you remember a time when staying focused changed the result of something important?
I do, actually.
Tell us about it.
A few years ago, I had a project that felt much bigger than anything I had done before.
That sounds a little intimidating.
It definitely was. At first, I kept thinking about the entire project instead of the next step.
And what happened?
I became overwhelmed. Every day I looked at the work and thought, there is too much to do.
I think many listeners can relate to that feeling.
Then someone gave me a very simple piece of advice.
What was it?
They said, don't finish the whole project today. Just finish today's part.
That sounds almost too simple.
I thought so too.
But sometimes the simplest advice is the most useful.
Exactly. The next morning, I stopped worrying about the final result and focused on one small task.
Then another task.
Then another.
Before you knew it, the project was finished.
Yes, and the biggest lesson I learned was that focus grows when you stop trying to carry everything at once.
I love that idea. What about you, Sophia? Has your understanding of focus changed over the years?
Very much.
In what way?
When I was younger, I believed that being busy meant being productive.
Many people think that.
My schedule was always full, but at the end of the day, I often felt disappointed.
Why?
Because I had completed many small tasks, but ignored the most meaningful ones.
So you were active, but not always moving in the right direction.
Exactly.
What changed?
I started asking myself one simple question every morning.
Which question?
What is the one thing that will make today meaningful?
I really like that question.
It reminds me that not everything deserves the same amount of attention.
That is true.
Some activities are urgent.
Others are truly important.
Learning the difference can completely change how we spend our days.
Before we finish, let's review some useful vocabulary from today's conversation.
The first word is focus.
Focus means giving your full attention to one thing.
Next is distraction.
A distraction is something that pulls your attention away from what you want to do.
Another useful word is concentration.
Concentration means the ability to think carefully about one task without becoming distracted.
We also use the word routine.
A routine is something you do regularly in a similar way.
Another important word is consistent.
Consistent means continuing to do something regularly over time.
We also talked about priority.
A priority is the thing that is most important at a particular moment.
Another useful word is overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed means feeling that there are too many things to handle at once.
Finally, we use the word patience.
Patience means staying calm and continuing even when progress is slow.
We hope these words become part of your everyday English.
Try using one or two of them in your own conversations this week.
Before we say goodbye, we'd like to leave you with one final question.
Think about it quietly for a moment.
If you could protect just 30 minutes every day for one important goal, what would you choose?
Maybe you would practice English.
Maybe you would read more books.
Maybe you would exercise, write, learn a new skill, or finally begin a project you have been postponing.
Whatever your answer is, remember that your future is built one focused moment at a time.
You don't need to change your entire life today.
You only need to protect the next small moment that truly matters.
Those small moments become ours.
Those hours become habits.
Those habits slowly shape your character.
And your character shapes your future.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today.
If you enjoyed this conversation, we'd love to hear from you in the comments.
Tell us your answer to today's question. We always enjoy reading your thoughts and learning about our listeners from around the world.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and remember that every day is another opportunity to improve your English and your life.
Stay curious, stay patient, keep your attention on what truly matters, and we'll see you in the next episode of Chill English Channel.